Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Jacksonville. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away. And we may have a face mask here right at the start. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. He gets it to Brown, complete. A big play that time for the Titans. 56 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Mariota hands to Henry. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Mariota to sneak it. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Marcus Mariota taking it in as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
On the double. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Get it.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Check 43. X3, 218, chopper. Shoot.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Johnson from the gun, he'll throw. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Throwing on first down, Johnson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. There he goes left side. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily...
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
So we got man. Check, cross. Look at me. Door. Rush in. Fight.
From the gun, Johnson. This is Miller, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On second down, here's Henry. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away.
The Jaguars take over.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Brought down back at the 21-yard line.
Here we go!
A dime look defensively here for the Titans on third.
Hey, back up.
56.
Hey, lock it.
Right there, 56.
Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run.
Shoot.
Get it.
Johnson now operating from the gun. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out.
All day. We coming all day.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we?
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
The Jaguars take over first and 10. Let's go. 25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Mariota gives to Henry. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Back to throw. Johnson. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
That's good for another Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Johnson from the gun, he'll throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Here's Johnson to throw again. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Ready, set.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs.
Look at me, zipper.
Mike 56.
Hey, Haywood. 5.
Operating from the gun, Johnson. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Ready.
On 2nd down, Armstead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Nice 7, let's go.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play. Smoke. Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. You. One.
Here's Mariota. Looking left sideline, it's complete. That one good for 24 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good stop, baby. That's a baby stop.
Big Ed.
One. 44. Mike, 44. I smell fear in that offense. Where are they, team? Fear in that offense. One. Check.
Play.
They just get the play off. Now Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike's ball out. Watch the run.
44's to Mike. 44's to Mike. It's coming this way. Here we go.
44.
One. 44.
You don't want this.
Delta. Mike, 44's Mike. Check.
Watch the pass. Bobo's to Mike. Mike's Bobo.
Again, it's Mariota. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Mike, 44.
Back to it after the pick six. Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Derrick Henry. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They'll run with Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Yeah, that'll cross midfield here, not by much. Out of bounds just on the other side of the 50.
At their own 48-yard line.
Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Ready?
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Alpha. Hey, Mike 56, Mike 56. Hey, get it.
2nd and 6. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the kicker commits the kicker's cardinal sin. He kicks it out of bounds.
Here we go. 30 base. That's it. We got to get the ball. Get the ball.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
I'm ready. Boys, 56. Check 56. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs. Yes. Check the hot read. Watch the shift. Watch the hard. Shift. Watch the shift.
Now Johnson to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
56. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Hey, Sam off. Tighten up. Hey, orbit.
Johnson now throwing on 3rd and long. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Charlie.
3rd and long here for Mariota. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
No gain on play. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
56. Mike. 56.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
It's our time. It's our time.
From the gun, they go with Armstead. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much of in this game, a really nice run. Do they decide to come back with it, or was that just a little flash, and maybe they continue to try and throw the ball?
Got it.
And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
trying to pick it up with Armstead. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Check 52.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Titans on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. This is Henry. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Sean Davis that time on the tackle. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
The Titans on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
56. Mike, 56.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Mike 56. Mike 56. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
On third down, Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
From the gun, Johnson. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Duke Dawson picks it. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line.
Check, check. It's going to be a long day. Three. Back.
Again, it's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
44 to Mike. He don't know no better. 44. Mike, 44. Pick it up.
Mariota now from the 50. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
The Titans, first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Henry. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This from 44 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
Back to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Switch. Clear. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Bandit.
Hey! Be Griffin.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Titans, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.